everybody, this is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris, and today we're going to be talking monitors. I have had to fix more CRT monitors in 1 week than I've ever attempted to do in my entire arcade owning life. Let's get to number one though. Number one, as you probably saw if you were watching my live stream the other day, Mortal Kombat 4. The red color or something went out totally on it. I think it was the red. I'm forgetting, but I think it was the red went out totally. It looked really dim and really weird looking. I showed it briefly on the stream. I wasn't able to play the game, obviously. I just turned it off, and I kind of didn't know what to do. So what I initially planned to do was I'm going to pull the whole tube out and just see if maybe this tired tube, which is not that great that's inside of this cabinet, maybe the red gun went out. I ended up grabbing another tube, the exact same tube actually. I bought two of them at the same time. This one's the better of the two. Set them side by side, put the chassis on the other one, and to my surprise, the red didn't work on that either. So that indicated something's wrong on the board. I looked over it as much as I could with my limited knowledge and experience, and I just gave up at a certain point and sent Mike a message and asked him, hey, what do you think this is? Mike pointed me exactly right to the right area, and to be clear, so did Panic Flip Gaming, by the way. He left me a comment on my members only video about this, and I was just too dumb to figure out what he was talking about, so sorry, Panic Flip. I gave the credit to Mike, and really, you helped me first, but thanks to both of you guys. Sure enough, he said swap out the transistors, the green and the red, and see if you get red back but lose green. I did that. Sure enough, I got red back but lost green, so I knew that transistor was bad. So all I had to do was get a new transistor. I just went ahead and bought 3 of them because several of my monitors use that exact same transistor on the neck board, and I figure this will probably happen again in the future. It is a common fail point. So I went to replacing it. To my surprise, once again, I replaced it and it worked. Lights are dimmed. I'm nervous, but let's see. I'm about to flip the switch. I guess first let's make sure there's not gonna be any sparks back here. 3, 2, 1. All right, sounds okay so far. Let's see what we get on the screen though. Probably can't tell right away. Ooh, well that's interesting. I think the contrast is probably way too high. No, oh, wrong one. No. There we go. Okay. Probably have way too much green turned up currently. Ah, okay, now we're looking better. Sorry about the bad camera angle. I'm squished in here pretty badly. It looks like everything's working. Still can't see red at the moment because there's nothing red on the screen. Tell you what, let's push the start button. There we go. All right, we have all colors. I don't know why I'm always so surprised about this. Maybe because I feel like I'm just so unsure about my skills when it comes to repairing a monitor. The only thing I'd ever done to a monitor personally before this one was my Ki-2. The Ki-2 had a bad washout when I picked it up. One lone resistor was the cause, and I was able to swap that out no problem. I felt like I could fix monitors, and apparently I can, because I swapped out this transistor and put it back, and it was up and running. These are small fixes, I'm sure, but it was a big win for my confidence and for my ego, I guess, if you want to say that. By the way, guys, this thing is all that was out. This tiny little deal I can't get it to focus on. That is what caused the red color to go out. But MK4 was back up and running, and I don't have it on now for some reason, probably because it's just, you know, after all these games boot up, they're loud, and it takes a while for them all to calm down. So I didn't turn them on for this video, but it is back up and running, and I'll show you at the end of the video. So after fixing the MK4, I was feeling like a big boss, and I remembered, hey, Ki-2 is still having some weird issues. Like, there was a crackling noise coming from where the anode connects to the monitor. That's the little suction cup thing that goes at the top of the monitor. Nothing exploded, but the monitor's not looking very good. It was like an arcing sound, like electricity. I was like, man, I don't know what that could be. So I did some asking around on one of the forums, and some people gave me some tips. I was also having an issue where the image would just bounce suddenly. It would like bounce real quick and be done. I have a video of that. Hopefully I'm putting it somewhere on the screen now. And I had no idea what was causing that. And the people on the forum who are knowledgeable were like, I really don't know. Try reseating all of it, you know, check the neck board, clean the anode area. And I did all of that. And I'm gonna count that as a fix, by the way. Once I did all that stuff and put it all back together, it was not arcing anymore, no more crackling noise. The monitor looks beautiful. I mean, I'm stunned by how good that monitor looks. Unfortunately, the person who had it before me must have let it run with that bad resistor, because when the monitor's off, you can see a little bit of burn-in, and it's like a weird burn-in because the the white screen that it was on was probably just burning it the whole time, and they thought it was supposed to look like that. But anyway, when the monitor's on, it looks amazing and beautiful, and I'm really happy I have that one. And now that Ki2 is fully fixed, the monitor at least, I can finally start getting that finished up and get it in here in the Shedcade. And after being on top of the world with my MK4 fix and my Ki2 fix, I came in here for just a little bit of game time. You want to reward yourself every now and then. I didn't want to record any videos, I didn't want to stream anything, I just wanted to come in and play. Turned everything on, I happen to be standing right here, I have all these on smart switches, so I was turning them on with my phone. Right away I see something's weird with Rush the Rock. I'm staring at it, it already had kind of an issue. It had an issue where the blue color would just kind of drop in and out randomly, it would kind of come and go. But when I booted it up this time, the whole picture was like flickering. It looked like the image was kind of going in and out, like as if somebody was playing with the connection of sorts. So again, I don't know exactly what this is, I have a suspicion. I did all the monitor color patterns and it seemed to do it mainly on the green screen, not on the red or the blue, but it also did it on the white, but of course white makes up, or all three colors make up the white, so I thought, okay, maybe my green transistor is going bad, maybe I have a bad solder joint, but I still went to the Arcade Controls forum, and the geniuses over there told me to basically just reflow everything. And I didn't know what reflow actually meant. I had a suspicion that it meant, this is honestly what I thought. I thought it meant heat the solder up, let it boil again or liquefy, and then let it go and let it reseat, you know, like kind of reset itself. And I asked, I said, is that what that means, or do you need to remove the solder and resolder? And they gave me a whole course on it, essentially. So I did what they said, which was fully remove all the old solder, solder on new solder at that point, and then just tried it again. I was going to go ahead and change the green transistor because it just happened to be the exact same one that MK4 used, but I decided let's just see if this fixes it before I kind of waste a part or do something that doesn't really need to be done. I didn't have high hopes, but I put the chassis back in here and I said, okay, let's hope this fixes it. But again, I didn't have high hopes. Flipped the switch, blown away. The monitor looks great. It's back to normal. And I think I'm feeling confident. I like all these like little fixes because it's boosting my confidence to get me to the point where I feel like, hey, I can do this stuff. Like doing little resolders here or, you know, changing out parts here and there. It's like a baby steps to doing a full cap kit one day. Now that I'm done doing most of the talking stuff, I'm going to fire them up. I want to show you how good everything's looking. Ki2's in the garage, but you saw a video of that. It's not quite ready to come in here yet. But I want to show you MK4 and Rush the Rock. All right, here it is, Rush the Rock. This one still has a pin cushion issue, and I'm not 100% sure what causes that. The image is kind of pinched at the center here, and it flares out here and here. It's not terrible, but I'm not really stressing over that because we've had that problem for a while. We were working on it when we first got the monitor, got the game in here. And anyway, it's not that important, but look how good the monitor looks now. I think it actually looks better having had everything resoldered, reflowed, whatever you want to call it. Looks great. Of course, I still have the vertical collapse burn-in line there, but that was there before I got the cabinet. It's not a real big deal when you're playing the game. You don't really notice, but it's looking good. Now let's step over here to the loud Mortal Kombat 4 cabinet. There it is. So this is a tired tube, as I keep calling it, because I've heard that used as a phrase. This thing is essentially like, I bought this tube and another tube from a guy for $350. I'm not sure if I got a good deal or not because the tubes really need rejuvenation. This is the better of the two, and it looks pretty good on camera, but otherwise it's kind of dim, especially when you look at Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct looks amazing when it's on. But yeah, it's a little dim. Eventually I'm going to swap it probably with the Ki2 cabinet, and hopefully this one will look okay on Ki2, because this is a darker game than Ki2 by far. But red is back. I think this one actually looks a little better too. It's kind of crazy how that happened. Maybe I just adjusted it slightly different this time. But it looks a little bit better, a little more vibrant, maybe a tad brighter. So I'm glad everything's up and running. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. These two are back up and running. Ki2 is ready to be worked on. I got the buttons and sticks in today. I am still waiting on art from XL Arcade, but after that I'm going to be ready to go. I'm going to repaint the thing, try to fix up a few spots, and hopefully have this thing in here soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my new arcade monitor repair skills. I feel like I'm progressing. There's nothing in life that feels like leveling up like in a video game as much as this to me. the fact that it's like, oh, I can solder now. Okay, that unlocks a new set of skills that I can learn. Okay, now I can change resistors, so I know how to potentially do capacitors. Now I can solder a reflow. I know how to properly reflow something. So I'm like learning as I go, and it literally feels like leveling up each time. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new for more arcade content. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Fatality.